Yeah, it's insanity to move, say, yeah, I want to live there. I want to live where the conditions are harsh. There's no ways to find food or water.
You could, potentially get shot here. It happens.
People, burn other people's houses down.
My name is Aaron, and I live in Slab City, California. Came out for this one event and fell for the place, and I stayed. I guess just the freedom. Give artists a place to have the freedom to do art as they see fit. Or you don't want to go there, it's an active bombing range. It was originally a military base called Camp Dunlap. The military pulled out and left a bunch of concrete slabs and nothing else.
Around 1952 is when it became Slab City and people started camping here and squatting here.
Now there's a community that goes between 200 and 2,000 people.
It means I can come here and squat here and build a fence around a little piece of desert and live here.
Well, people will come here just to get out, be different.
No one pays rent. It's more you contribute as a whole, to the collective as a whole, to make sure that everyone here can survive throughout the year.
Sometimes I worry about the people here because, we get a lot of people who fall through the cracks here.
You could, potentially get shot here. It happens.
There's no law that you cannot do this or you cannot do that.
People, burn other people's houses down. And if you don't have a house or a dwelling space, especially in summer, you're like totally screwed because, it's an extreme environment.
I think that's the resort that happens when this person has sufficiently upset a majority of the slab community. It's do as thou will, but cause no harm. If what you're doing is causing harm to no one, then there shouldn't be a problem with it.
Yeah. Scrap fence is always fun. I did this one as kind of more of an art piece than, it's a good fence. There's my scrap pile here. Sometimes you just gotta smash something to feel better about your day. I'm Cornelius Van Gogh. I live at and run Slab City Library. Some of the things that I got sick of in society is just people overcomplicating things all the time. Making simple things like just existing a big fucking hassle. When I go into the city, I feel really small. I feel like a tiny little nobody. And when I'm out in the wilderness, I feel like a freaking, like a proud beast, like a grizzly bear or some shit, Like, I am the master of my domain, and I have the freedom to take things into my own hands. I saved up and bought a shotgun because I wasn't sure, how lawless it was. I've never had to shoot anybody with it, but, I just wanted to be safe. So I got my shotgun and I came down here and I found out that the library was here and it had been abandoned for a long time and was in disrepair, so I moved in.
The television will not be revolutionized. So this here's my personal favorite piece. It was initially built, I'm losing my hat. It was initially built and used the backdrop of a stage. And it was 15 TVs and it was very impressive when we built it up there. And so we brought them out here and we stacked them all up and it ceased to be very impressive. It was just small. Tell people if you got a TV you want to get rid of, please bring it down. We're not even going to ask where you got it. This is Cinnabar Charm. This belonged to our founder, Charlie. He decorated with around 20,000 individual objects. He did all this himself. Or we used to ask him where he found time to do all this stuff. Always his answer was, I've got 24 usable hours in the day, same as any one of you. It's also, as you can see, the first church of the chocolate martini. Tenets of the first church of the chocolate martini: make good thing, do big fun, get more laid, rise and infect. So right here we have the mammoth. The mammoth's actual name is Definition of a Grievance, but we just call it the mammoth. East Jesus is, as our founder Charlie Russell explained, an experimental, habitable artwork in progress. Anyone he knew that wanted to do art and just didn't have a good outlet for it, that was his whole idea of East Jesus being that outlet.
As they came for camping, free camping for a while, and then truck ran out of gas, and decided to stay. I can have my own campground, my little corner, put a little tent, drop there my old van and just let it there rust and make a little room out of it, and I can crash there. You know, there's no regulation, and the city will not come, the town will not come and tell you that you cannot build that, you cannot put that there. Or... I don't know, maybe I'll turn this into a meditation room. But then I keep adding outside or bringing, I want to build a pond and just fill it up with water. So I don't have to take the dogs to the pond, they just can come there. Maybe a rock garden, a little, I don't know. Something that I can even get inside in the water, you know. Freedom is a state of mind, I believe. Freedom of not paying, not have to live among a lot of people or congregated in a big city. Maybe that's freedom for me, so I live by myself here, and when I wanna talk to somebody, then I go and visit. And look who I got here finally. He's tied up. And he's still laughing, smiling. I got the bunny. You see variety of characters. Characters welcome, Slab City, characters welcome. That's what it should be reading nowadays.
Huey, now you want to come up here with me? Every county should have a Slab City. Every county, at least, and every metropolis should have there should be a community where people can go and live within their means. And that's what I do basically now. But I have enough. My solar, I'm buying on credit from Solar Mike, who's kind enough to trust me to make payments. This is my favorite sitting place in the evening, and this is my favorite sitting place in the morning, and this is my dog bath. Well, I just put this fence up just recently because people will walk right through your yard and steal from you. This is my bus. Actually, it's not my bus. I'm just taking care of it for Sandy, the artist that used to be her art. Sandy was a sweetheart, older lady. She wanted everybody to be happy. She was a musician. She didn't make very much money on her Social Security, but she would have like every Tuesday night, a music venue here. And we would all come for hot dogs and coffee. She liked the pastel pink colors, and she liked to drink wine and dance at the range. So, anyway, she painted half of this for about a third of it, and then she passed away. And so, some people who were camping here after her, watching the camp, taking care of it for the family, they finished the paint job in her style. I still haven't cleaned out a lot of Sandy's stuff. But anyway, I'm really grateful that I can have this little spot, you know, to squat on. And put a few things here and have a place I can just feel comfortable, pretty comfortable and safe. It's a place where people can come and find a refuge, you know. They can build whatever they want to build here.
Not a bunch of, like, lawless rebels. It's people that just kind of got sick of not fitting in with society.
Real Slab City, I think, it's an acceptance of people.
Or people that get stuck. You know, they come for a while, and then truck breaks down, there's no enough funds to fix it or get another one, then you decide to stay and just get insane like them.
Slab City, last free place. And it is. So far, we're gonna keep it that way if we can.
Are we really free if in order to do what we want, we have to live in the middle of the frickin' desert where it's extremely hot because there's nowhere else left for people like us to be. I mean, I guess, yeah, if that's freedom, then we are free here.